Once upon a time, in a peaceful little town tucked between gentle green hills and quiet, blooming gardens, lived a boy named Sammy and his best friend, Witty, the fluffy white dog. Sammy had bright, curious eyes and a huge, kind smile, while Witty was known for his soft fur, floppy ears, and a tail that never seemed to stop wagging. Wherever Sammy went, Witty was never far behind, and together, they made every day an adventure. One breezy spring morning, Sammy woke up when the golden sunshine peeked through his window. He stretched, yawned, and immediately looked to the foot of his bed where Witty was already awake, tail beating a gentle rhythm on the covers.
"Good morning, Witty. Ready for an adventure?" Sammy whispered. Witty sat up, gave a gentle woof, and licked Sammy's hand.
Sammy giggled, brushing Witty's soft fur. After breakfast, Sammy pulled on his favorite red hat and packed his blue backpack with important things: a big apple, some peanut butter sandwiches, a water bottle, notebook, pencils, and, of course, crunchy treats for Witty.
Witty nuzzled his squeaky ball into the bag too, just in case they found time to play.
"Let's explore the sunflower meadow today,"
Sammy decided, his eyes shining. Witty's tail wagged in agreement. Hand in paw, they followed the quiet garden path to the meadow. Colorful butterflies zigzagged through patches of sunlight.
Bees buzzed lazily, and birds fluttered from branch to branch, singing morning songs. The tall sunflowers in the meadow stretched toward the sky, their yellow faces smiling down.
As Sammy and Witty wandered between the tall flowers, they heard a little giggle.
Peeking around, they found a tiny mouse, Mia, struggling to carry a big blueberry back to her home. "Hi, Mia.
"Do you need help?"
Sammy asked kindly. "Oh, yes," Mia said, ears twitching. "This blueberry is a special surprise for my baby brother."
"It's just so heavy. Don't worry, we'll help you." Sammy grinned. Witty gently nudged the blueberry with his nose while Sammy carefully carried Mia on his shoulder.
Together, they made their way to Mia's soft, cozy nest at the base of an old tree. "Thank you, Sammy." "Thank you, Witty," Mia squeaked, and her brother squealed with happiness at the treat. Leaving Mia's family to their sweet snack, Sammy and Witty walked on.
The sunflowers waved in the breeze, and the air shimmered with gold.
In the middle of the meadow, they met Pip, a green and blue butterfly who loved to play hide and seek.
"Will you play with me?"
Pip asked shyly.
Sammy nodded. "Let's play. Witty is the best at finding anyone."
They took turns hiding behind tall flowers, under broad leaves, and even inside a big red tulip. Witty's nose twitched as he tracked the butterfly, while Sammy listened for any tiny flutter of wings. Pip giggled every time they found him, his wings swirling like tiny banners in the sun.
After a while, everyone was tired and happy.
Pip flew to Sammy's shoulder and said, "Thank you for playing.
Now it's your turn to hide, and I'll count."
Sammy found a snug spot under a big sunflower leaf, and Witty curled right beside him, both holding in their giggles. Pip fluttered around, searching with his clever eyes, but Witty's bright nose soon gave away their hiding spot.
The three friends laughed and decided it was time for a rest.
Sammy spread out his blanket under a shady oak at the edge of the meadow.
With Witty curled beside him, he took out the peanut butter sandwiches, sharing bites with his furry friend.
Witty rested his head on Sammy's lap while Sammy drew pictures in his notebook: the wide meadow, Pip's fluttering wings, Mia's blueberry feast, and big yellow sunflowers dancing in the sky. As they relaxed in the dappled shade, a gentle buzzing sound floated through the air. Following it, Sammy and Witty found Beatrice, a little honeybee, looking flustered near her hive. "What's the matter, Beatrice?"
Sammy asked softly.
"My friends and I must make extra honey for the baby bees, but we lost our golden clover patch," she sighed, her tiny wings drooping.
Sammy thought hard.
"Let's help search."
Witty's nose is amazing at sniffing flowers. Witty sniffed the air, nose low to the ground.
Soon enough, he led the way across the field, past a line of purple irises and a circle of white daisies. At the far end, tucked behind the tallest sunflowers, they found the golden clover patch shining in the sun.
Beatrice's eyes sparkled as she zipped from flower to flower. "Thank you, friends. You saved our day."
She presented Sammy with a tiny jar of golden honey as a thank you, and Witty got to taste one tiny drop.
It was the sweetest treat ever.
Tired but happy, Sammy and Witty wandered back toward town, their steps slow and peaceful in the warm glow of afternoon.
They met old Mr. Tortoise, who loved to tell stories in the garden.
Sammy and Witty sat quietly as Mr. Tortoise told them about gardens he'd seen and the wisdom he'd learned, his voice slow and gentle like the evening breeze. As the sun grew lower in the sky, Sammy and Witty lay in the grass, watching clouds float across the pinkening sky. Sammy pointed out all the shapes, rabbits, castles, ships, while Witty barked at any that looked like bones. Before it got dark, Sammy gave Witty a big goodbye hug to all their woodland friends and headed home, carrying memories of all the kindness and games they shared. Back at home, after a warm bath and dinner, Sammy sat on his bed and wrote about his adventure in his notebook, with Witty snuggled up close. He pasted in a petal from the sunflower field, drew Pip's sparkling wings, and a tiny picture of the golden honey jar. As Sammy slipped into his soft bed and Witty curled up against his feet, Sammy whispered, "Thank you for the best day, Witty. I wonder what we'll discover tomorrow?" Witty wagged his tail one last time before drifting off to sleep, dreaming of sunny fields, giggling friends, and gentle adventures with his favorite person.
Good night, little dreamers.
May your dreams be filled with sunflowers, sweet honey, laughter, and the joy of simple adventures, just like Sammy and Witty's. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to Fuzzy Fable Factory for more gentle bedtime adventures.
Sweet dreams, and see you next time.